Good morning, Southern California, AM 1220, KHTS. Your host, Fred Arnold, on the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. Joined Preston Dominguez, mortgage professional at American Family Funding. I know he looks young, but he has more enthusiasm and smarts than the average young man. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. I do not lack any energy, right?
No, you don't. Former basketball player at Hart High School, had a lot of success there, so did a lot of growing up with sports?
Yeah, I've been playing sports my whole life. My dad forced us to play 3 sports total going into high school, so I've been playing sports my whole life.
Yeah, very competitive, and I love that in a great mortgage professional and employee. So, Preston, you speak with first-time buyers quite often, or buyers, and there's something having to do with getting pre-approved, right, which is so important. So let's talk about getting pre-approved, and what are the things you need to do to get pre-approved? So
the pre-approval process isn't as daunting as most first-time home buyers think it is. I come into a lot of young couples who are, this is their first time buying a home, and they're kind of
fear involved.
Yeah, they're very intimidated. They don't really know what the process is, and it's not as hard as you think it is. The biggest thing is people are afraid of paperwork. There's really only about 5 different documents that we're going to need compared to the people thinking there's 20, 30 different documents. They're going to have to track everything down and bring everything in. Now, those documents are tax returns, pay stubs, bank statements, driver's license, and 1099s or W-2s.
And those are the basic first 5 that you want to take a peek at. That's
just
really
to get pre-approved. Yep. Those are the basic ones we're going to need just to get you pre-approved or pre-qualified. Mm-hmm. Now, the reason we need those documents is because we need, me as a mortgage professional,
There's Coach. You see him walk by?
Coach who?
Coach Ron. Poor guy's got organ paperwork on it. I'm sorry, I got you.
No worries.
Yes, there's a big window here that people always come and make faces and everything.
It's distracting.
Exactly. So continue.
Cover it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the reason we need those documents is because us as mortgage professionals, we need to figure out how much money you make to see how much we can qualify you for. Mm-hmm. Now, back in the olden days, before I was in the business, there were stated loan programs. So you could say however much you make, however much you say you make, that's what we're going to use.
So let me just tell you, Preston, that's what caused the crash of 08. People saying, they had simple jobs, and simple jobs are good jobs, but you can't make 4 times the amount that the job calls for, typically.
They said they were making a lot more money than they actually were.
Yeah, yes, the liar's loan.
Oh, yes.
And so now we're verifying information. But one thing we talked about recently in the office, and I'd love you to share, the importance of a credit report.
Oh, yeah. So the credit report is the number one thing when it comes to getting you pre-approved.
That's like a doctor drawing blood and taking your vital signs, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So the big 2 things that we're going to get from your credit report are your debts, your monthly debts, and your credit score. Mm-hmm. So your credit score is going to make a difference depending on what kind of rate you're going to get. Mm-hmm. So the higher credit score you have, the better rate you're going to get, vice versa. The lower credit score you have, the higher rate you're going to have. Now, the second biggest thing is your monthly debts. So, for example, if you're making, say, $3,000 a month, you can qualify for 43% of that to go towards your housing payment, and your total debts. Now, if 50% of that is going to be in debts, that brings your mortgage payment down, so that you can't qualify for as much of a loan as you could if your debts were lower.
So when you just finished with college, or you just started a new job, try to hold off buying that car until you buy a house. If you can, or buy just, I know you're driving a clunker, and I did in college or in high school, right? Right? Maybe buy that second-tier car that's 3 years old, even though you got a good job, right?
Yep.
Yeah, really.
Yeah,
good.
A lot of people just want to jump into getting the new thing, the new car, or finance a new phone or whatever it is, and it's not that big of a deal. But when it comes to getting that house payment, every little monthly penny savings that you have, it counts and it helps.
Yeah.
So
we only have about 30 seconds, but Preston, we had a meeting yesterday with a client, and the one thing that was evident when we were done is you never know. You just got to take information and let the mortgage professional figure out what they can do.
Yep.
Yeah.
You never know, especially, that's one of the big things that reading that credit report. You never know what the borrower has until you look at that credit report. So my biggest advice, if you're looking to get a house, talk to a lender maybe 6 months in advance and have them pull your credit, just so we can see what's on your credit report and what your credit score is.
Love it. Your phone number?
661-645-7875.
Excellent. Preston at AFFloans.com. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. Email me, Fred at Fred Arnold, or watch us live on hometownstation.com and Facebook Live. Until we speak again, make it a great day. Good afternoon, everybody.
KHTS.